Hello and welcome to the Asia Lifestyle Magazine Podcast. Today we are joined by a true knight in shining armor. Well, I'm not being funny, like the amount of volunteer work you've done, I'm so honored to tell your story because you're not a camera person and I think it's about time. We are joined by Roos. She is the founder of Thai Child Development Association.
Thai Child Development Foundation, or TCDF short.
TCDF?
Yes.
Okay. I met you in a networking event and I just had to get your story out there. I saw how shy you were. I saw how passionate you were about what you're doing.
Yes.
And your story is just so good. And if people can make it to the end of this episode, I think they'll realize exactly who you are as well. It's an interesting story, mate. It's an interesting story. So Roos, tell me.
Thank you, Asa. It's really great to be here. And thank you for making it possible to shine a light on our kids. It's very important because my foundation, we support underprivileged children in rural Thailand. These are children who fall through the cracks, often overlooked. And I appreciate all the support to give them a voice.
It's, how can I say, there's a lot of charities out there and I see a lot of people trying to find donations or find supporters, and the fact of the matter is it's very rare that you actually get to meet the person behind it. Where did your volunteer journey start?
My volunteer journey started in the Netherlands. So I am from Holland and I studied social work, social sciences. And I knew that I wanted to go volunteer in Asia. So for my, in my graduation year, I already volunteered at Stichting Internationaal Vrijwilligerswerk. It's like an international voluntary association in the Netherlands. And they host volunteers from all over the world to volunteer in the Netherlands, and they send Dutch people out into the world to do volunteer work. And this is actually a worldwide thing. And international voluntary work has been set up after the Second World War with the aim to prevent the Third World War. Because if people work together hands in hand from different cultures and different backgrounds, it will increase understanding and prevent the next World War. So that was the concept behind it. And I was working there in the office, and one day I got an email from a Thai woman with a Dutch husband, and they were in Thailand, in Hat Yai, in Songkhla province, and they wanted to set up a charity, an association. And they just, they Googled and they came to that association and they sent an email. They say, can you help send someone to help us set it up because we don't know what we're doing? And I'm like, well, I graduated 3 weeks, I'll be there in 4.
Wicked.
So I was 23 years old and I got on a plane, on a one-way ticket to Hat Yai.
And when was this?
In 2000.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and this was before the time of mobile phones.
Yeah.
And Google Maps and everything.
I mean, that must have been so analog,
Yeah, but I just went there. And the guys, they also answered my emails maybe once or twice, took them days, I don't know why I trusted it, but I just went with my guts. And I had all my vaccines to do voluntary work all over Asia, because Thailand would just be a start. And after that, I would go to India and Nepal and everywhere. I had my sleeping bag for 30 degrees and vaccines for the slums of India. And
okay,
I was ready.
You were planning to do Thailand as the stepping stone. You were ready to go everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that similar story.
Yes.
A lot of people just fall in love with Thailand or fall in love with, a Thai person and it or people, and it stays.
Yes.
It stays.
I fell in love with the Thai people, with the children, of course. So when I went to work for that organization, I had a fantastic 2 years because basically they were organizing volunteer projects all over the country. And I would lead those groups and I would set up those camps basically. So I would be with the Aka Hill tribe people, the elderly in the far north, telling their origin stories, and our job would be to get it out on paper. for example, because Aka Hill Tribe people have no script, you know. And 2 weeks later, I would be in Khao Yai National Park, and we would be working with the rangers, with the villagers around the park, because to prevent them from poaching in the park, we needed to set up jobs for them. So we would set up mushroom farms together with the rangers on the borders of Khao Yai National Park. And, you know, 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there, in the temples with the Ubon Asok, spent many weeks there, farming, agriculture, vegetarian cooking, that is in Asok. So I did that for 2 years.
Wow.
And I fell in love with the resilience of the Thai people, because everywhere I was, there were community volunteers, leaders, teachers, social workers, doctors, and they would have such passion for what they did, but also do it with so much fun and joy, you know, amazing strength and resilience. You know, the Thai people are so strong, you know.
It's so notable, like they are completely different from anyone else in Asia that I've met, at least anyway.
Yeah. I heard the comparison with bamboo, strong as bamboo, but can also bend when needed, so very flexible in times of need. Yeah.
How was it, the language barrier for you? When did you, you speak Thai, right?
Yes, and I had to learn, like, after 2 weeks, I needed to go to be a camp leader in a Chiang Rai village, and the people that I was picking up at the airport in Bangkok expected me to be the leader, so I'm just pretending. Basically, what do I need to know? And I write it down in my tiny notebooks, and I practice it, and I did it, and nobody in the countryside spoke English.
Right.
Still now today, where we live and work.
The resilience of Thai people is so notable. When you look at, you know, everything that they've gone through, when you look at, you know, their political structure as well, it's just everybody assumes that when they see a country with that kind of problem or this kind of situation and it buckles. Not in Thailand.
No, not in Thailand. It's a very resilient people.
There is that gap though, and that gap is education.
Yes.
And it's really visible. When you're here, you can see it.
Yeah.
There's an intelligence, there's a resilience, but there's that gap.
Yeah. That's exactly what I wanted to say. So I fell in love with the Thai people, and especially the children. So the strength and the dedication of all the community workers, and then the children. So much potential, yet a huge lack of opportunity. And it's there and then that I knew that this is where I can make a difference. And it's not endless, you know. You can actually make a difference if you empower children in Thailand. They're
100%.
Gonna go. Yeah.
I've got my own way of giving back. You are taking it to a whole nother level, and I want to tell this full story, because you've done this for what, 20 something years, 25 years?
Yes.
Tell me about your journey from actually working with someone else under their charity to making it your own, because you did your own thing, and you fought through regulation, you fought through so many things. Like, please tell the world.
Yeah, so I did that for 2 years, and I had the opportunity to travel all of Thailand, from the far north to the deep south, the east and the west, and I work with so many people. And I wanted to start my own charity because I wanted to focus on empowering kids, such as the kids I met in these projects. And so I just decided I'm going to start my own charity, and what I need for that is a plot of land. And I've been throughout the country, and I thought the most beautiful part of Thailand is the area of Ranong Champon, because it's so lush, it's so green, there's so much nature, little to no tourism, and still on a short distance from the beach. You know, I'm from Holland, I need to see the horizon and the ocean when I feel like it. So I decided to go over there and look for land.
Wow, okay. How did you buy the land?
Yeah, that's always a challenge for many people, of course, in Thailand. So when I decided to start my own charity, all these volunteers and Thai people who I've been working with for the last 2 years, many of them decided to come with me, because they were not like full-time employed with my previous, we were just in the projects here and there. So I took a couple of volunteers with me. So I have always been supported by Thai people and working with Thai people. And I think when I was in Thailand for 1 year, I met my husband, who's Thai. And so we bought the land on his name and then did all the paperwork that the foundation would own it for no money, with all the legalities. Yeah.
Can I get your story about how you met and fell in love with your husband on camera? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's such a lovely little story. It's so nice. Because you've been together for 25 years.
It's this May that we met 25 years ago. It took a couple of years to really get together. But next May was 25 years ago that I was in Bangkok to pick up a new group of international volunteers from the airport. And I had 2 days in between two groups. I think one group I was in the temple in Ubon, and the other group where we're going to, I don't even remember where, but I had 2 days.
And your husband he owned the guest house that you used to stay at.
Yes, so I was there all the time.
You saw him every 2 weeks.
Yes, but I thought, I wasn't, there was nothing for me. He was just the owner. I thought he was a little bit too busy for me. I don't know, it's not my type. And also he's a lot older than I am.
Okay.
So never thought of him in that way. But then he saw me sitting there with my bag. He said, "Where are you going?" I said, I'm not so sure. He said, well, I have a farm in Kanchanaburi, and I was thinking maybe to donate it to charity or to run a project there. Do you want to come and look? I'm like, I picked up my bag and I'm ready.
Yeah.
So we went to Kanchanaburi and we went on the farm, and I fell madly in love there. The land wasn't for me because the ocean is too far away. But that's how the love story began. And now it's 2 kids later and almost 25 years later.
And a few foster kids along the way as well.
Yes.
Like quite a few.
Yes. So actually my charity, we support underprivileged children in the rural villages who fall outside the systems without taking them out of their home. So we do community outreach work. But when my charity was very young, there were several emergency cases that I had to take the kids out, or they were dropped at my doorstep, and we were not yet set up well enough to, instantly place them with foster care or with foster families.
It's so sad. It happens all the time, even to this day, and it's all the love and care that's in this country. There's also the other side to it as well.
Yes, so I encounter heartbreaking stories on a daily basis, of course, but there's also many stories of hope. And so several of these kids who we took in our home for emergency reasons in the beginning got placed back eventually with an aunt or with a grandmother, and then stayed in the support project as they were supposed to be. But there were also 3 kids that I couldn't place them back, and they stayed with me. And one of them is 30, working on Samui.
Wow.
He's actually coming this weekend with his wife. And the other one graduated with a Bachelor of Maritime Business last year. And the other one, I went to her bachelor graduation last weekend in Pattaya.
Wow.
So
yeah, you're leaving love and joy everywhere, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's a trickle-down effect, because they are now in their turn sponsors of the next generation kids.
That's the whole concept of your charity.
Yes.
So learn, earn, return.
Correct.
You gave me, at the networking event, you gave me a little bit of tiger balm. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize it was made by your kids.
Yes, made with love.
It was the nicest.
A lot of time as well.
It was the nicest smelling tiger balm ever. I was like, where's this from? And there was no label. It was just like a little baggy thing. I was just like, okay. You handed me this little baggie. I'm like, what is it? I put it in my pocket. I was just like, tiger balm.
Yeah, homegrown, hand-picked, hand-cut with scissors to practice motorical skills for children with special needs. Handmade, hand-packed, made with love. Homegrown and made with love.
Okay, so explain, what does your charity do? Yeah. You're doing more for the kids. You're actually teaching them how to earn as well. You're
Yes.
trying to teach them basic economics.
Yes.
And I think that's where the separation of people trying to donate to something and they're saying, oh, there you go, there's some money. It's that, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, teach a man to fish and he'll, feed his family, right?
Yeah, and we'll teach them how to make the fishing rod and how to see which waters are the ones to fish in.
And how to sell it, take it to market.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the point.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this story. It's just like, wait a minute, you've done this charity work for so long.
Yeah.
And when it comes to your charity, you're actually making the system work for the kids for the future.
Yes.
And that is everything.
Yeah. So our aim is always, so we provide customized care for underprivileged children in rural Thailand who fall outside the existing system, healthcare and education. And both systems are quite well organized in Thailand. But if you have special needs or you come from the poorest families, you don't have the same equal access as other children do, and especially children in the cities do. So we always support children case by case. And our aim is for them to not need us. So it's a story of empowerment. And the vocational training program where we teach youth with special needs to make a tiger balm has exactly the same concept, learn, earn, return, as do our bachelor scholarship programs. You learn, you earn, and then you become a sponsor and a volunteer mentor for the next generation.
It's powerful. It's powerful. Please understand that when I heard your story, I was thinking about it the whole way home. And
Sweet.
yeah, it's one of those things. A lot of people they try and feel good about themselves, like I donate this or donate that. And this isn't about raising funds, this video. This is just, I want to share your personal journey because there are people out there doing it's God's work, do you know what I mean? Without putting a religion on it, but yeah, it's wow. Let's talk about the facilities that you have, because you took some really hard hits during COVID.
Yes.
And it's one of those situations where you hear it and you go, oh, that's sad. But there's lives at stake. There's future at stake, and it's such a massive, massive thing.
Yeah.
You have a few bungalows on your facility.
Yeah.
There's each zone of the facility has like mushroom farming and what is it, gas?
Biogas.
And all these different things, and then basically it's powered by volunteers.
Yes.
Workers. You couldn't call them volunteers. I'd say they're just hands-on helpers.
Yes, correct. Yeah, certainly. So, our community outreach work is nationwide. So we have children in healthcare programs in the northern hill tribe villages and children in the deep south Muslim villages. So that's what we do. But we have one campus, just one place where the kids also come to us, the children in the village. And this is our Circular Community Learning Center. We run a small school for children with special needs who cannot stay in the local village school, and we always try to place them back. So we assess them, we train them, we get their teacher involved, and we try to place them back. So that is the aim. So the aim would be that the school has no kids. That would be the ultimate goal, right? But you can't place every child back into the regular school system. So the children who get older and cannot get placed back, we run an entrepreneurship skill program for them. On the campus, and we have 20 learning stations, from biogas to mushrooms to herb garden, where you pick the things and you make the tiger bombs. Income generating projects.
That's just so incredible. So incredible. Let's talk about the bungalows and how they took a hit, because when I heard that story, it puts things in perspective, because you've been doing, let's call it impact tourism, for so long.
Yes.
You've been in that space where people would go on holiday to volunteer or help out with something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everybody wants to come at the same time. They want to come in the high season. Mm-hmm. They want to come in Christmas, New Year.
Yes, that's right.
Those 3 months, they're just November, December, January.
Yeah.
that's when everybody wants to come. You've only got 3 bungalows.
Right.
And then that means that your program is empty for the rest of the year. And that's
right.
like 3/4 of the year
Yes.
is empty.
Yeah, that's our main challenge, really. Yeah. So actually, sustainability has always been an integral part of our story. So when we registered the charity 20 years ago, we right away registered a company limited, Ecologic Thailand, which is, I think we were one of the first ecotourism organizations in Thailand.
Wow.
It was a struggle back then to get the story out, but now it's easier, people get the concept. But why did we do that? It's because like when people donate to a charity, the money shouldn't be going to the cooks or to the cleaners or to the food for volunteers. We want to say when we do fundraising, your donation goes 100% to the children in the projects. So we set up a company at the same time because we knew we're in the middle of nowhere. We don't have a marketing budget. We don't have office staff. We don't have an office, basically. So to get the story out, we need to get the people in. So we had 3 bungalows sponsored by family and friends, of course. Yeah. And so we are inviting people to come, and then they can see with their own eyes what a big difference a donation can make, or how great they feel if they just help out in the farm for a couple of days, teach their kids some things, and that's how the bungalow started. And I think it's time to get that up and running a little bit more professional, perhaps.
But pre-COVID, you had so many people coming through. Yeah. Obviously people coming through, they would, donate in their own way. Yeah. And that kept the program alive for so long.
Yes.
And then COVID happened, and that flow of, it's a natural progression of people coming through. That just stopped.
Yeah, because we started very small and we grew slow but steady, And so we ran this charity until COVID came without having to do fundraising. I literally have never been on a podcast before, We don't have to do these things because we grew slow and steady, and it was always enough. And then the pandemic hit, and we closed our campus for almost 3 years to outside visitors in order to keep our school for special needs children open, up and running. Not only did we lose income, farm to fork table, we couldn't sell the vegetables to the restaurant anymore, we couldn't rent out the bungalows anymore, but most important, we lost our connection with the outside world, because those people that come to our circular community campus are our voice to the outside world, and we lost that. In the meanwhile, the need to support children skyrocketed. So it was tough times, to say the least. In the height of the pandemic, we went from 80 children was like our stable, we can manage this, because we don't do one-off donations, right? We do long-term support, monthly chemotherapy, operations, physiotherapy, aftercare, full scholarships, not just 25,000 baht term fee. So we do long-term customized support as long as never longer than needed. 80 was our great number. And then in the height of the pandemic, we were at 521 kids that we had to cater. So that was...
wow.
That was wow, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I got gray during those years, literally.
Roos.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. How many volunteers are you managing at any one time?
So we have 9 full-time Thai paid staff, teachers, the school bus driver, one head of all the scholarship programs. So our organization is fully run by local people. And also good to say that only our qualified Thai teachers work with our children with special needs. So volunteers don't come and teach our special needs kids at our school. I just want to say that. But we have hundreds of volunteers in the communities. So the Thai women that are the nurses and the doctors in the healthcare clinics, the teachers in the local village schools, they are our eyes and ears. And then we have local volunteers who are parents that come hands-on helping on the farm. We need 100 coffee tree plants planted the parents come and do that. So we have hundreds of volunteers, and we do also welcome international visitors to come help on the farm for a week or for a month, depending on how long they want to stay. So loads of volunteers, and every single one of them is very valuable to us.
I have to just, applaud you. This isn't like one of these conversations where I just want to go, well done, like, but come on, what else can I say? Like, really, what else can I say? It's incredible, but let's, I want to get your personal story out there. I think it's one of those stories that needs to be told. Everything that you're doing, people might not understand, because Thailand's system's actually pretty well set up.
Yes.
You've got, you do have really good healthcare here. It's not third world. It's very,
nope.
There are treatments out here. The doctors here are world class. That's one thing that people need to understand. It's just the fact that there are rural villages and people living in these rural areas, and they cannot get 100 and something kilometers to the best hospital or to a specialist.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that you're doing as well.
Yeah.
You're supporting that journey.
Yes, yeah. It's bridging a gap. So, yeah, you make a very good point. So Thailand is very fortunate. The public healthcare system and the public education system is much better than many other countries, for sure. In every little village there's a village school with at least one teacher, and it's free. However, you do need to get uniforms, buy uniforms, you need to get in the school bus to get there. And if you live with an old grandmother of 92 in a bamboo hut on top of a hill who cannot work anymore, or if she can work, the labor is 400 baht a day, that's a lot. So children fall through the cracks, even if the public schools are free. And for the healthcare system is the same. In every village there's a little clinic, and you can go there for your stitches or vaccines. But if you're very sick, if you need an operation, you need to go to Bangkok, and that is like 1,000 K, and you need to get there in the train, and it's the public system. The doctors in the village won't even suggest it, because they know what your family's means are, and that you just won't have the means to do that. And those are the kids that we just need to support, so they have equal access to either healthcare or education, the system that's already there.
I mean, just bridging that gap, that's the difference between life and death sometimes.
Literally, yes. Yes, our work makes the difference between life and death. If you don't have money to fill up the pickup car of the neighbor to drive you to chemotherapy every month, the chemotherapy might be free, but you're not going to get there.
That's, man. I mean, your eyes and ears, wow. I mean, that's taken, 25 years to build that network?
Yes, but it grew organically and slow and steady, yes. We never did things above our means.
Yeah.
We just got a setback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we will overcome that again, because we are strong in our community support.
So let's talk about your movements now, because you've come to Phuket for your youngest son.
Yes, personal reasons, yeah.
That's really important as well, because I've got my kids, they're obviously my priority. I try and do what I can, but I can't, let them go. I've made some massive life-changing, choices for my family, and I can see that you've been so used to giving back all the time, and now it's time to look after your own family.
Yeah.
And you're still juggling between the charity and you're trying to support your youngest son with a good education.
Yeah.
He was raised around that school for so long in rural Thailand.
Yes. Yeah, just like my daughter as well. She's 21 now, so she went to university already in the Netherlands. Yes, but both my Dutch Thai kids and my 3 foster children, I raised them in my house in the village, and they were born and raised at the charity. And that came with lots of beautiful things, because the kids learn to give back from a young age. They learn how to grow their own food, catch their own fish, make a fire. fight up, no electric all the time. They're very resilient, my kids. Like I also had a lot of guilt, for my own Dutch kids, because obviously their cousins and their friends and family, they go to great schools and they have all this opportunity. So I struggled with a lot of guilt. And thankfully my daughter is in an excellent university, top university in Holland now. And my son also needed to go to international school in Phuket. And I was blessed that he managed to get a great scholarship for himself. So yeah, now we're in Phuket and giving his education priority. So it's quite the change.
I can only imagine. I mean, you've been in that world for so long and you hit Phuket, which is, it's not for the faint-hearted.
No, I was wary about it, but I thought this is an investment, it's going to change his life. We're dedicated to do it for our son, but also then again, feeling guilt. I don't know if this is a mom's thing, but feeling guilt to leave the charity behind. But end up being here, I think it is amazing, and it's just been such a great step. I have met the most amazing people in Phuket. There's an energy here that it's just buzzing, and you just you start to see other opportunities, and maybe it's very helpful for my charity that I am here, and maybe it's good for me to have some distance. The amount of buzz that's in Phuket, people don't realize. They come on holiday, they see one place of Phuket and they go, oh, I didn't really like it. Like, what? Go around, travel around, meet the people, talk to people. Yeah. The amount of people that live here that have worked all their lives, they've got these interesting stories, and they've got the means to help, and they've got the means to have a good conversation, they've got the means to, have a nice life, and it's just like, wait a minute, there's a lot of energy here, and I think it's going to do wonders for your charity. I really do. I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited to be here. And I met amazing people in these last few months that were here, and my son is just blossoming in his school. Yeah, the international schools in Phuket are incredible. I think we're up to 16 international schools in Phuket now. Yeah. It's insane. It's turning into one of those destinations where if you do have a family, Phuket should be an option. Yeah. The amount of choice that's here it's insane. Yeah. Well, listen, Rose, I want to get you back again. I think there's so much more to your story that people need to know, and any support that I can give to shine a light on what you're doing. And man, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Oh no, thank you so much for giving our children a voice, because I think that is the most important way that people can help now. My charity is there. It's called Moonlati Patana Dekla Yawashon, or short TCDF in English. And we're in rural Thailand. Nobody knows us, but we're there, and we have a 20-year track record, and we need all the help we can get, because its support is really life-changing. The most important thing to people to realize is that you are a registered charity. Yes. The donations are going to the right places. Yes. And you've been doing this for so long. I'd rather support you than somebody I don't know. And this is the thing, like you see these charities on this, people asking for charities on the street, and it's a thing that people get a commission for donations. But this is going straight into the food and the running of this amazing project. Yes, it does. And it doesn't go to overhead cost, because we have the company set up next to it. So people can rest assured that every donation goes straight to the kids. And at TCDF, also because we're a grassroots organization and fully community-led, the money goes a long way. So every little bit helps. If you enjoyed this episode, then make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, the details to Rose's charity are below in the description box. And if you do think that you could come in the low season and be a helping hand, that's one way of doing it. Not over Christmas when it's really busy. They only have 3 bungalows, but also if you want to give back, then read the story. We'll be printing a few, we'll be publishing a few stories and ways that you can help on top of that inside AsiaLifestyleMagazine.com. So thank you so much. Rose, thank you very much for coming, and I would love to have you back again. Thank you, it was my pleasure. Awesome, okay. So, สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีค่ะ